Welcome to the Kashflow Path. Discuss how to create income you own with the paid community instead of income you rent from social media platforms through brand deals, pay-per-views, and ad revenue. Creators and subject matter experts 40 and over who aren't able to monetize their YouTube or other channels the way they want. My style is straight talk, no hype and text simple. Welcome to the Kashflow Path. Discuss how to create income you own with the paid community instead of income you rent from social media platforms through brand deals, pay-per-views, and ad revenue. Creators and subject matter experts 40 and over who aren't able to monetize their YouTube or other channels the way they want. Welcome to the Kashflow Path. Discuss how to create income you own with the paid community instead of income you rent from social media platforms through brand deals, pay-per-views, and ad revenue.
All right, welcome. So I've been having some fun this morning. What you just heard is actually an AI theme song that I just created for the Kashflow Path. That is the name of this live. We are now officially calling it the Kashflow Path. And if you have never seen me before, my name is Chuck, and I am a 40 plus creator, and I'll tell you who this live is for. If you are a creator or a subject matter expert and you're thinking about or you've already started creating content around a specific subject and you are creating the content but it's not getting the reach or the growth that you want, if you're being very consistent with creating content and you're not making consistent income from that, or you are creating content but you don't really know what to package and what to sell, or last thing, or you are creating, well, you're not even sure about creating content and you don't know what direction to go. This is the live for you because this is what we're going to talk about today for you. Now, before I get started, this is what I want to share with you. Actually, hang on a second. We got to get, something's going on over here on the old, something's going on over here on the TikTok, and I don't know what it is. Let me see if I can fix it over here. Yeah, see, it's not, this is weird. I don't know why. I'll be honest with you. I have no idea why. All right. So I'm not sure what's going on here. I will tell you, normally on YouTube, you guys can see the whole picture, right? You can see everything. But for some reason on TikTok, you're not able to see that. So I apologize for that. You're only able to get for some reason, you're only able to get uh, the, geez, the phone version. My God, I need some coffee. So what we're going to talk about today is this right here. And I'm going to pull it up because I forgot to yesterday. We're going to talk about what you can share with other people. All right, that's what we're going to talk about today. I call them the knowledge buckets. And as you guys know, if anybody who has watched my lives before, I borrow a lot of things from Alex Hormozy. And the reason I do is there's no reason to reinvent the wheel because this dude has got it figured out. But here is what we're going to talk about today, because if you're a 40 plus creator, like who this is for, right? If you're that person, here's what I know about you, because I realized this for myself. It's very, very difficult for us to wrap our heads around what we might teach people on social media. Very, very difficult for us to figure that out. And the reason that's difficult is because we underestimate the value of what we bring to the table. If that is you on this live, I want you to put a me in the comments. Just comment me in the comments. If that's you, let us know, because here's the problem. We don't understand the value of what we are creating, right? We don't understand that our knowledge has value to other people. And so this all revolves around one thing. Sorry about that. There we go. It all revolves around one thing. It's understanding that you know something that somebody else doesn't. And if you can share that knowledge with other people, then you are going to be helpful to them, right? You're going to help them. Do I still have this up here? I don't know if I do. I don't think I do. By the way, if you want to ask questions, this is how you do it. You come over here, you put Q, and then your question. I'm going to go ahead and put that over here too. Just put Q in your question. That's how you'll do that. All right. So Q and then your question, and I'll be happy to answer it on either TikTok or YouTube. But let's go back to this. Let's go back to these knowledge buckets, okay? If you're 40 and over, you've had a career. And what you've learned from work or experience during that career is valuable to other people. Now, it might not be valuable to people your age, but it's certainly going to be valuable to people that are younger than you that want to start that career, or they're younger in that career than you are. So that's why the knowledge buckets are a great basis for you to figure this out. Because here's what I know from talking to lots of people inside of my community. And by the way, if you're just tuning in and you want to check out our community, there she is right there. It's called the Kashflow Path, and it's about building income you own, and it's for creators and experts over 40. So if you want to check it out, you can do so in my profile on TikTok, and you can do the same thing on YouTube. So what I know from talking to so many of those people is that you've got a wealth of knowledge, right? You have a wealth of knowledge. And again, let's show these again. You got a wealth of knowledge with your career. You also have a wealth of knowledge with problems you have solved in your life. And the reason that is because, and I'm going to pull this over here so you can see this. And the reason that is because you have lived life. And this is not something you need to learn. You don't need to learn digital marketing. You don't need to learn online business. You don't need to learn advertising. All you need to do is lean in on something that you already know. And when you do that, it's real, it's genuine, it's authentic, and people trust you and believe you. For example, if you were going to learn how to become a project manager as a profession, wouldn't you want to learn from somebody who's done it for 10 years or just some 22-year-old kid who created a course? Who would you rather learn from? You'd probably rather learn from somebody who's got 10 years experience. If you have been a woodworker for 30 years, that's the guy you want to learn. And you want to learn woodworking, that's the guy you want to learn from, right? You want to learn from them. So it's going to be a career you've been involved in. It's going to be a problem you've overcome in your own life. And I'm going to show you real life examples of all three of these people really shortly. Or it can be a passion. It can just be something you love doing: hunting, fishing, painting, sculpting, bird watching, playing video games, playing sports, right? It can just be something that you are passionate about. But usually what happens when somebody's passionate about something is they've actually gotten pretty good at it. Because if they've done it for 50 to 100 hours, and do I still have that one up there? I don't know if I do. No, I don't. But let me show you that one. And then I'm going to come back to these. Don't worry. I'm going to come back to these. Where is it here? What can you teach? And so what you'll learn about me is a lot of times, just because my life and my schedule is chaotic, I tend to do this stuff on the fly. I tend to create these images on the fly. Now, they're on my computer, so it's easy to find them. But what can you teach others? You can teach somebody something that you have read 5 books about. You can teach somebody something, and this is the best. I mean, reading books is great, but one of my favorite people who I've learned a ton from, and really, honestly, everything that I'm teaching you, I learned from somebody else. I'm no guru. I'm no genius. I didn't come up with all this stuff myself. And let me show you who I learned it from. Because this is my guy right here. This guy. Alex Hormozy. And if you don't know who Alex is, he is about 35 years old, so he's way younger than me. But Alex came up with this knowledge buckets thing. I don't think he called them knowledge buckets, but he did basically just say, look, if you want to teach something, this is how you do it. And by the way, if you don't know who Alex is, where is... Okay, that's there. Now, I had another copy of it, didn't I? I guess I didn't. Well, you know what? We're going to put it over here. Bing. There he is. There's Alex. And look, he's all over social media. But what I like about Alex, what separates Alex from other people for me, is the fact that Alex talks from experience. Now, I'm gonna zoom this in because I think this is really important. I want you to see this full screen on YouTube. You see what this says right here? Nope, that's knowledge buckets. Sorry about that, guys. But Alex came up with these knowledge buckets, not me. All right? Alex came up with the knowledge buckets. But what I love about what Alex teaches is Alex teaches something he's done. Alex does not teach, and we're going to move Alex out of here. Alex does not teach things that he has not done himself. And to me, that comes off as very genuine. So, what can you teach others? Now, I didn't get this from Alex, but I got this from other people. You can teach something you've read 5 books about, because if you've read 5 books on a subject, you know more about that subject than 99% of the world. You can teach something you've done for 50 to 100 hours. And yes, it can be that small amount of time. You don't have to have done something for decades. If you have done something for decades, great. Or 10 years or 5 years, super. But you can literally teach something you've done for 50 to 100 hours. Why? Why can you do that? Because you're saving people time, money, and headaches by giving them 50 to 100 hours head start. And then you can teach something you got real results from. Now, let's go back to the knowledge buckets. Now that you know what those are, right? 5 books, 50 to 100 hours, you got real results. That's all people care about. And I'm going to give you exactly proof of that. So let's go back to the knowledge buckets. A career. Let's say that let's say you are a professional photographer and you want to teach people photography. Okay? So let's go over here. Now we're going to go to something called School Discovery. And by the way, if you're not familiar with School, this is the platform that I use because it's the simplest one on planet Earth to use. Now, by most, it's not considered a profession. It's considered a hobby. So we're going to go into photography. And then you're going to see this guy has 1,000 people at $47 a month. It's called the Photography Academy. 1,000 people, $47 a month. And he's got one of the top communities on the platform. Now, if you want to go and look at somebody who's making like some serious money doing this. Now, the reason I say that is because he's got a community, but it doesn't look like his community is making lots of money at this point. So let's go to somebody else. Let's go to this person. Let's see what they've got going on. So here's Natasha, right? She's got 223 members. This is not just another library of videos that you join and forget about. This is a growing community. Well, we all hope we have growing communities. But what I like is that she's putting herself into this. So you can do this with photography, right? So that's the first thing. Now let's go back. And I don't know what happened there. I know that I had that. Okay, what happened there? That's crazy. I've disappeared. I don't know what happened to me. I disappeared. Unlock overlay. That's really strange. I don't know what happened there. But you know what? This is live, guys. This is how live works. Maybe it's because it's up here. So weird. I don't know what happened. I do not know what happened there. All right. And if you have questions, by the way, you can ask them here. I'm not going to be on for too much longer. I don't know what happened here, guys. Honestly, I have no clue. This is where I need my guy Lion, because I don't know what happened. That's so weird to me that I have disappeared. There's me. Okay. All right. Anyway, well, let's just go here then. So there's photography. Now, let's say you wanted to do. Oh my goodness, I got too many things going on here. Sorry about that. This is the beauty of live, guys. This is absolutely the beauty of live. There we go. Good Lord, what happened? That's crazy. I don't know what happened there. There I go. I'm here. Now, I need to move this back down here so you can get the knowledge buckets. And the knowledge buckets need to be up there. There we go. Okay. Woo! We're back. So, that's a career. Now, let's talk about a problem. Right? Let's talk about a problem. Let's go back. Now, for many, weight loss is a problem, right? So let's go back to discovery and let's put in weight loss. And I'm going to tell you a personal story about this in just a second. All right, let's see. Let's see somebody who's got a lot of members. Weight loss, 33 members. All right, here's walk to weight loss. Let's just try this for example. So you've got Makita Harvey here. Walk to weight loss, a walking and weight loss community for women over 40. Start your 30-day walk and weight loss challenge today. That's actually a great cover, by the way. So obviously, Makita has done this in the past, right? And so if Makita has done this in the past, it's a problem she solved for herself. Now, I'll give you a perfect example of this. And that would be the my wife had a surgery not too long ago. And in that surgery, there was a lot of prep before the surgery, and there's a lot of aftercare that she has to do after the surgery. So before she had the surgery, she was looking for somebody online that could take her through the process. Now, what was really interesting is she was not looking for someone who had a degree, had a medical license, or was practicing medicine. She wasn't looking for a doctor who performed the surgery. She was looking for somebody who had been through the surgery. And so that's a person without a medical degree, without a medical license, and they just did some things that helped them succeed after the surgery. And then they were able to get great results. Then they opened a community where they help other people. Now, my wife was so impressed by this woman because this woman had results that lasted for 5 years after surgery. So it's not one of those, okay, yeah, but is it gonna stick around? No, this was somebody who had the surgery and then had the results for a long time. So she got on a FaceTime with this woman, and then she joined her community. And for a long time, my wife was paying $199 a month for the highest level of service to be part of that community. She's paying $199 a month. And this woman had 15 people paying $199 a month. And she also had a lower level for $99 a month. So she was making decent money with this. But what she was doing, again, let's go back. What she was doing is she was teaching from a position of something that she had done, right? She had solved that problem for herself. And then the last thing, and probably the most fun one, is to teach a passion. Now, this was the one that's pretty funny. We're going to go to Discover Communities, and we're going to go to Hobbies. Here's a perfect example. Learn to country swing and line dance in 30 days or less. School of Dance. 346 members, $7 a month. Keegan Brown. Now, who is Keegan? Let's look at Keegan. Even if you have no experience or 2 left feet. So this is not something, these people don't want to be professional dancers. They don't want to get hired on Dancing with the Stars or compete, right? They just want to learn to country line dance because they enjoy it. And that's a great tag, by the way, too. They just want to learn something that they enjoy. So this is where you get the whole passion thing. Right? This is where you get the passion thing. So let's go back to those once again. A career, a problem, or a passion. You can teach all 3 of those on this platform called School. Now I'm going to wrap things up here. Let me do that by telling you how you can learn more. So if you want to learn more about how to do this, you can join the Kashflow Path. It is free for the first 7 days. After that, it is a whopping $7 a month. And if you want more of my help, there's a higher level up there. But it's $7 a month, not $7 a week. It's $7 a month. And if you use my link to start your community, I'm going to help you come up with these images. I'm going to help you come up with this description. I'm going to help you come up with all this copy right here. And I'm going to help you come up with the keywords. So when you put in creator monetization, that you can show up on page 1. Because that's what you want. You want to show up on page 1. So I'm going to show you how to do all of that whenever you join my community. So check out, click on it here. Check out the Kashflow Path. It's free for 7 days. You can't lose. By the way, she's from TikTok. She got to $3,000 a month in her first 30 days. He's from TikTok. He got to $1,300 a month in his first 30 days. She's 40. He's 66. And it's all about building income you own. You build it, you grow it, you keep it. Here's the sad truth that people don't realize until it's too late about social media. You do not, I don't know why there's such a delay here. You don't own it, guys. You don't own it. Last story before I go. A couple years ago now, I went to go log on to my TikTok one day, and you know what? My password wasn't working. And so I'm looking. Tried it again. Wasn't working. Tried an old one. Wasn't working. Couldn't get into my account. At the time, my account on TikTok had 44,000 followers on it. I had 44,000 followers. And I could not get into my account. And what I discovered was that my account had been stolen. Stolen. Somebody went to TikTok. They said, hey, we're changing the email address. We're changing the password. We're changing the phone number for this account. and they gave them access to my account. They hacked, they asked TikTok, TikTok said yes. They stole my account with 44,000 people on it. So I could no longer go live. I could no longer communicate with anybody I had been communicating with on social media. By the way, social media is not a community. Don't let anybody get it twisted that social media is a community. It is not. It is a place where people stop by. They may get to know you, but unless they follow you off of social media, you're wasting your time, because you could wake up one day like me and your social media is gone. Now, it's less likely to happen on YouTube than it is on TikTok, but it could still happen. But build income you own rather than income you rent. You do that with a paid community. And the way that I choose to do it is this platform right here. That platform. That's the platform that I choose to use. And if you can't see on TikTok, it's school. That's the platform that I choose to use. And the reason I choose to use that platform is for this. Are you ready for this? This is an ad that school ran for my community. Now my image is a little bit different, but this is an ad that school ran, and they advertised my community to help me get members. TikTok's not doing that. Kajabi, Coursera, YouTube, Mighty Networks, Go High Level, Discord, they're not running advertising to get people to your community, but school does. That's why I chose school. I also chose school because Alex Hormozy, the bearded guy that I showed you before, he's 50% co-owner. And if you don't know who Alex Hormozy is, let me just give you... And by the way, if you are commenting on the live, I apologize, because I have been really lax at checking comments. No, okay. So let's show you who Alex Hormozy is. Hormozy. All right, this is Alex. And he's got this new show called Scale or Fail. But this is Alex. You can see that Alex has a massive social media following. Now, that's not what makes him... He's got 4.35 million subscribers on YouTube, and he's done over 5,000 videos. But that's not what makes Alex successful. And why? That's not why I follow Alex. I follow Alex because Alex has put his money where his mouth is. Alex has actually built a portfolio of companies that is generating $250 million a year. And he is 50% owner of school. So that's why I follow Alex. So I'm going to wrap things up here. I'm going to give you a taste of our new song, which I just created, believe it or not. And I hope you guys have a great day. If you have any questions, you can drop them in any of my videos. I don't think you can drop them here. Now you can on YouTube, because YouTube actually records the video, records the lives. TikTok doesn't do that for you to be able to see, but you can do that inside of my YouTube. You can ask questions. You can ask questions on any of my videos on TikTok and or YouTube, and I will be happy to answer them. So I hope that you got something out of this. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. I hope you realized what building your quote unquote brand only on social media is going to do, and how it's going to handicap you in the future. And I hope you don't do that to yourself. And instead, I hope that you do what we teach you inside the cash flow plan, which is, oh, that was going to be dramatic, but it's not now. I hope you build income you own. That's what I hope you do. All right, guys, take care. Have yourself a great day, and we shall talk to you soon.
Welcome to the cash flow path. Discuss how to create an income you own with a paid community instead of income you rent from social media platforms through brand deals, fake reviews, and ad revenue. Creators and subject matter experts 40 and over who aren't able to monetize their YouTube or other channels the way they want. My style is straight talk, no hype and tech simple.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.